Howdy y'all, Los here. It's been exactly 1 week since we set up this bonsai paludarium. There's been a few things I've added, a few things I've taken away. Let's take a look at the 1 week update of our bonsai paludarium. All right, the bonsai's doing really well. What we did here earlier, or last week, was put a bunch of moss around the base of it, which I didn't really like after a bit because you couldn't really see the trunk of the bonsai very well. I think it looks 100% better. One thing that I'm seeing is a lot of things are drying out. So a lot of these really sensitive plants are not dying off, but they're just a little weak. So what I've done, I got this acrylic sheet so that I could close off the area. And what I was doing the last few days before I got this sheet was I was just taking some plastic wrap and wrapping it at night. Sometimes leaving it throughout the day. It was still getting a great greenhouse effect, and the humidity in there was 90 plus. Now it's been out of there for a little bit, so we're seeing 85, but as soon as I put that in here, we will see that this humidity level raises up quite a lot. It just starts instantly hopping up. So we know it's a very humid environment, and it stays nice and humid in there when we have the acrylic sheet on. Let's talk about some of the creatures we have. We've got neon tetras. I picked up 5 neon tetras, a nice little schooling fish, great community fish. They're a little shy. The first creature I put in was my baby blue betta. I believe she's a female. And this blue betta is very outgoing. It loves the whole entire tank. It swims around, it's not shy, plays with the tetras. Just a great fish to have in a tank. Also in the tank is we have ghost shrimp. Ghost shrimp are also known as rice shrimp. They only live about a year, but they're a great cleanup crew. There's about 5 or 6 of them in this tank. There's assorted snails in this tank as well. This is something that I meant to add during the initial video, but I made some trim. I just took some of this molding I got from Home Depot or Lowe's, did a couple miter cuts, and then boom, we place it right over here. It covers up that bottom. It still needs to be stained, but it's a nice cover. Gets rid of that jagged edge that we had here before, and boom, looking beautiful. These are the light fixtures, the light mount that I created on my 3D printer. These are really robust. It's really holding up really well. And if you ever need to remove the light, you simply can. We have a blue light, this violet, ultraviolet light that just glows perfectly. I've added some isopods and along with some more springtails throughout the terrarium. And finally, there's a vampire crab in here. There's a red vampire crab. I placed him in here yesterday and I haven't seen him since. So hopefully he hasn't escaped. I highly doubt he's escaped, but he's probably found a really cool spot to hang out. He's nocturnal, so the only one way to see them is to hang out at night and watch him. Watch for him scavenge. I'm just super stoked on this really sweet paludarium we've created. The light fixtures, just everything. This was about a month's worth of work. Glad to see it in action every day. I wake up just to take a good look at everything, feed my fish, look at the bonsai palette, look at the landscape, look at the plants that are growing. Everything's still just trying to settle into this environment, but I think within another month, this is gonna be a thriving biodome environment. But that's about it for this update. Everything's doing really well. The bonsai is looking well. Looks like I see a lot of new growth happening to it. It's just settling in, but this has been the 1 week update on the bonsai paludarium.